You're live.
Okay, so we'd like to welcome you to Fabric Chicks Live today on Monday. We do this every Monday at 4 o'clock or 4:02 or whenever we can get everything pulled together. So if you've already logged on and you're watching, just let us know that you're there. We do have a demo today on binding. Hey, Peggy, I wish you or Linda were here to do the binding demo. But Peggy, when you're ready to do a demo, let me know because you can always do it from your house. Hey, Carolyn, how are you? So we have, hi, Sue. Hi, Ellen. Oh, it's hailing up in Sparks. It was sunny outside. I just took Max out for a walk and it was sunny down here.
It's snowing a little bit.
It's snowing?
Yeah.
Oh, well, it was sunny 20 minutes ago, okay? Now it's sunny, apparently. Hey, Cindy, Gygax, and Victor, and Sue, and Kathleen. Roger said it has started snowing again, so much for it being subsided. I thought it was done for the year. I looked at the weather forecast. I didn't see any weather for the whole week except for some rain, but Roger says there's some snow out there. So anyways, we do have a little bit of a demo today. Oh my gosh, Ann says it's raining in Cameron Park again. So I wanted to show you real quick. We do have oh, I thought you went to lock the door.
The door is locked. There's a lady in there shopping.
Okay, so we do have a quilter who is an astronaut. You can look her up. Her name is Karen Nyberg. And so she did a whole line of fabrics. She took photos and videos of her view out of the space shuttle. So I'm going to show you. Roger's going to go lock the door. I know we're supposed to be locked on Mondays, but it's really hard. But just so here's a quick preview of what it looks like from her window. So we have a lot of fun things. I'm not sure what we're going to do with this, but these are all different views from the space shuttle. So we have to find something really fun to do, but it just came in. So that is going to be on Wednesday's sale. Oh, Peggy says it's raining. It's still winter. Victor, I don't want to hear that. I did hear the other day, somebody posted that it was 10 months. Well, the other day, like a week ago, somebody posted that it is 10 months exactly till Christmas. So it totally made me think of Victor. So anyways, we're excited. I like to get fabric that's kind of different and that you're not going to find everywhere and that has meaning. So I couldn't resist that. So we do have a quick demo on binding because I know a lot of you get to the point where, you just don't do bindings every day. So when you do a binding, you need a refresher. And because that's where we're at, and we did a beginning class yesterday, and somebody, one of the gals did a table runner, and so she needs a demo on the binding because we didn't get quite to the binding on Saturday. Good, Victor. Behaving, though, I do not know is in your nature. Linda EBC, you need to tell Mr. EBC that you cannot go anywhere at 4 o'clock on Mondays and Wednesdays. 75 degrees in Kentucky. Jane, I would not boast too loud about that, or you might have all of us on your doorstep soon, because we're all looking to get out. The Man on the Moon would be fun, Peggy. That would be a fun one. Hey, Mo, how are you? So we do have a few giveaways. We have some auctions. It's kind of been crazy here. I've been trying to get everybody's orders out that have collages in them. Collage and banner kits because you're going to need those for Friday. So that kind of was my emergency for today. Mo just finished this diamond art, so we will have it on Wednesday's sale. Look at how pretty that one is. Very beautiful. So that will be on Wednesday's sale. But we're going to show you real quick, give you a refresher on binding. Okay. So when you're doing a binding, there's it with everything in quilting, there's no right way, there's no wrong way. When I learned how to quilt, you took the backing fabric and you folded it over, pulled it from the back, folded it over like a hem, and then put it on the front of your quilt and then stitched it down by machine. So that's just kind of the way that my mom knew how to do it. So that's how we did it for years. But most quilters are going to cut their strips 2.5 inches. So you're going to cut as many pieces as you need. Your fabric's going to be about 40 inches wide. So say your quilt is 50 by 50. You're going to do 50 plus 50 plus 50 plus 50 because you've got 4 sides. If it was 50 by 60, you would do 50 twice and 60 twice. But you're going to add up all 4 sides and then divide that by 40 or 42 inches. And that will give you the amount of strips that you need to cut. So, so if you do 200 and if you do a quilt that's 50, I'm doing this math off the top of my head. So if you do a quilt that's 50 by 50, you're going to need 160 inches. No, 50 times 4 is 200 inches. So 200 inches, and then 40 goes into 200 5 times. So you would need 5 strips. If by chance your quilt was a little bit bigger and you needed 5.3 strips, that means you have to cut 6 strips. There's no way around it. You'll have leftovers, okay? So that's the simple math of that. In quilting, we use a ton of math, but none of it's very hard, usually. I'm just going to say usually because we do use a lot of 7/8, which are kind of confusing. But you're going to take your 2.5-inch strips and you're going to sew them together. Let me find the other end because I've already done most of this. So each of your strips, you're going to sew at an angle so that you get a mitered corner so you don't have too much bulk. So you're going to take all of your strips and you're going to put them at kind of like a T or an L like this. And then you can draw a line from one corner to the other corner. Just make sure that when you fold it back, it's going the right way, right? Because if you sew it from this corner to this corner, then you have this weird something going on, right? So you know that's wrong. So you're going to sew it from this corner. And if you want, you can draw your line and then stitch on the line from corner to corner, from this corner to this corner, okay? You're going to stitch your line. Then you're going to, at 1/4 of an inch, you're going to cut off so that you have just a 1/4 inch seam there. And you're going to iron it open. And then you'll have a great little mitered corner like this. So when you do that, it's going to look like, and I don't draw my line to have it perfect. I eyeball it. But this is what it's going to look like. So it spreads the bulk of your seam across that. If you do it just straight, then you just have kind of a bulky area. This will spread that bulk out. Then you're going to take your entire strip of all your pieces and you're going to iron it in half. So everybody agrees putting binding on, that's pretty much the way you put it. You get it ready, you prep it. One thing that people can't agree on is what width to cut your binding. So the average quilter is going to cut their binding 2.5 inches. Some people like it to be bigger. It will give more of a border effect, kind of like a frame. So you can cut your bindings bigger. I like to cut my bindings at 2.25 inch because then they're not so floppy. So this is what it looks like at 2.25 inch. It's pretty tight. And then I almost always will hand sew my bindings down to the back side. If you want to do it by machine, you can stitch it to your back side by your machine, then pull it over to the front and then do a decorative stitch right down here. And then that will attach it very, very quickly. I just like the look of hand sewn binding better. And that's just I'm kind of old school. If you teach me one way, I'm probably going to stick with that for the rest of my life. So as long as my hands don't give out, that's how I do it. So I've already attached it to the quilt here. And I have left enough of a tail that I can meet where it comes at the end. So I've left a tail. I've started here. and I've sewn my 1/4 inch all the way around it. I've gotten to this corner and I've done my mitered binding right here. So it's going to be really pretty and nice when I'm finished. When I pull my binding over, it's going to cover my stitching line. So you can see there, I'm just going to hand stitch that down. But I'm going to show you, because what people forget the most is how to meet the 2 ends and how to do the mitered corner. So I've already done 3 corners so that you guys won't get bored watching me, except for that, well, you never get bored because I make a lot of mistakes. And so you guys are, have lots of commentary about that. So I've left 1 corner left, okay? And we're going to use this really old machine because it has a straight foot on it, where the other machine here, I have a free motion foot. So since it was already set up from the beginning classes on this weekend, I just figured I would continue. So we're just stitching along. So we've already stitched. I'm going to put my foot here. I'm going to go over. I'm going to go back. Even though I've stitched this, I'm going to stitch it again just to make sure nothing comes loose. And I'm just sewing it right there at a 1/4 inch. Oops. And then when I get to about a 1/4 inch, and I'm going to eyeball it, you could mark it if you want, a 1/4 inch before I come to the end of my quilt, I'm going to stop. And part of why I would upgrade this machine, if this was my machine, is because it does not have a needle down position that I can tell, and it does not have a thread cutter. So as machines improve over the years, you get a little bit spoiled. So I'm going to turn my quilt around so that my corner is now facing, this is what I've just stitched, and this is where I'm going to stitch. So I've got my corner, I've stopped a 1/4 inch from the end. I'm going to flip it back like that, okay? I'm going to finger press it, and then I'm going to flip it forward, okay? That's what's going to give you, it spreads out the bulk and it gives you that nice mitered corner. I'm going to do it one more time for those of you who weren't paying attention, okay? So I stopped 1/4 inch before I come to the end of my quilt. Then I'm going to take it, I'm going to fold it back at a 90-degree angle, and then I'm going to fold this straight down, okay? Now I'm going to start, and some people get confused and they think they have to start a 1/4 inch down, but you don't. Start off your quilt and then go forward. And then my foot pedal's moving. I'm going to be chasing my foot pedal. Okay. So I'm going to stitch this down here. And right now I wish it was in the down position because I want to reposition it a little bit. So the needle will help it keep it in line so it doesn't shift around too much. Okay, we're almost there. I just couldn't go, oops, I got to get my foot pedals too far away. I don't know why they make the foot pedal cords so long so it can just keep moving on you. I know. I should make a foot pedal thing that keeps it in place. I mean, we actually sell those. Okay, so, nope, I'm not quite. Let me go a little bit further. Okay. And then I'm going to stop right here. I'm going to not use my thread cutter since there isn't one. Okay, I'm going to take this over to the cutting table. And then, so now I have to make these 2 pieces meet. So I am going to rip out a few stitches so that it will meet better. Okay, so I'm going to cut a little piece of this tail so that I know how wide it is. I could measure it, but you know. So I'm going to take this, this is the side I just sewed down, right? And this is the tail that I started with that I left over. So I'm going to meet those up right here. I'm going to take the piece that I cut because I know that's the width. I'm going to just line that up right there. I'm going to find some really fancy, really crappy scissors. They don't get any crappier than this. And I'm going to cut it right there. Okay. So now I should be able to take these two pieces and do another one of those 90-degree lines. So I'm just going to back this out a little, just get a little bit more here so I have a little bit of wiggle room. Since you guys are watching and making me so nervous. Okay, so I'm going to take this one and this one. And I'm going to just pin it, except for I have no pins. So I'm going to just go right over here to the sewing machine. You would think in a place like this, you would be able to find some tools. Okay, here's some pins. Somebody borrowed my pins from their usual spot. So I'm going to put this here. And a lot of times I'll just put this at an angle just because we're going at an angle. So if you want it perfect, or if this is one of your first times doing it, you might want to draw a line from here to here. Okay. Remember, when you do that, it's going to flip and it's going to go the right way. If you draw your line from here to here, you're going to have this floppy little weird thing and you're going to want to cry. Okay. So always kind of just flip it over before you cut anything. So I'm going to stitch these together. And this part right here seems to be the most confusing part of quilting. So this is where everybody says, oh, bindings are so hard. And then I'm just going to eyeball it because I'm not a perfectionist and because I do bindings all day, every day. So they usually come out pretty good. And then I'm going to clip it. I could take it over to my to my cutting surface and line my ruler up right on the thread line and then cut 1/4 inch. But I am just going to eyeball it because I know it's not that important. Oh, I'm going to eyeball it with some really horrible scissors. Okay, now I'm going to take it to my iron because I want it to lay flat. So I'm going to take it here to my iron and I'm going to open that seam up. And then in a perfect world, I'm going to open that seam up and then I'm going to press it in half. And iron it so I get a crisp edge. And then you can see here, it is exact. So that's where I'm going to just start sewing. I'm going to sew a little bit before where I stopped, and I'll go a little bit past where I started. But once I sew that 1/4 inch, it's going to fit in perfectly. You're not even going to know that's where the two ends met. Okay, so that's your demo for the day. I'm going to unplug my iron so I don't forget. And I'm going to tell you, if you have an Alysso, do you know what this little button is here for? So Alyssos have this little weird thing here, which I didn't know what that's for, but it's actually so when you unplug your machine, when you unplug your iron, what's Roger laughing at?
That goes common knowledge.
This?
Yeah.
No, look, this iron doesn't have it. No other irons have it. I looked. No other irons have it. Okay? Common knowledge. This is special to Alysso. So you clip it onto your cord here. That way, when you look across the room, you know that it's unplugged. Okay? So that's my little piece of advice right there. Roger Watts. You show me an iron that has it.
Go look at your vacuum cleaner.
Well, I don't care if my vacuum cleaner is plugged in. How many of you worry about whether you unplugged your iron or not? So if you hook it up to the top, then you can look across the room. You know that it's plugged in. It's unplugged, okay? Okay, you're ridiculous. Okay, do you girls have any questions? Kathy says she loves her Alysso. Me too. I always went the wrong direction and say a few choice words, and Jack the Ripper is my favorite friend, then do it again, so I have to draw the line. So Peggy, if you fold it over, then you know it's going to go the right direction. You know you can sew there without drawing the line. But the line is super helpful. Oh, it's true. Christy picked up some stuff from me today and dropped off the stuff for the banner kits. And I had some pins attached to some of the stuff in her basket. And I had to go through and pick out all the pins first because pins are a commodity here. Thank you, Cindy Gygax. Mary Vitti, I believe that you bought some of this Canthus fabric so you could make a jacket like this. So if you haven't gotten the fabric for this yet, oh, here's something else I have to talk about. If you haven't gotten fabric for this jacket, the Heidi Emmett Cozy, we are doing a class this Thursday. You should have, if you think that you're signed up for the class, check your emails because I sent out an email with everything that you need for the first class. So if you didn't get an email, let me know so we can remedy that situation. Heidi's also going to do it again, the same class next month. So if this month's dates didn't work for you, you can sign up and make the cozy in April. And what else? And we do have more Cantha on order, but I do not know when it's going to get here. Okay, I'm going to scroll back, see what comments I missed. Make sure I didn't ignore anybody, hopefully. Emily, no. So I'm going to say if you're going to the retreat and you're worried about the snow, Christy has looked it up and it says that we're not going to be having snow that time. It's only 4 weeks away. I will say, though, you never know. They do keep the roads pretty cleared off. But it's one of those things in life you can't worry about until it happens. So, no, there's not going to be any snow. It's going to be absolutely gorgeous, and we're going to be fine, okay? Otherwise, I will have to drive over and get you guys. Yes, auction, Victor, auction. It's coming soon. Okay, Ellen, I do have yours on the shelf still. Oh, the zipper foot would probably work. Honestly, Victor, I don't even know what foot is my zipper foot because I only use my number 1 foot and my free motion foot. So someday when I have time to actually sew, I will learn all those important things. But for right now, I can only survive with the number 1 foot and the, sometimes I do have a brand new foot though that came with my Juki, but I've stolen it from my Juki and I've put it on my Eversewn. Their 1/4-inch foot has a blade on it, so your fabric cannot move around. I love it. I'm seeing about getting it and ordering it for you guys. Math is not a quilter's friend. Victor, we use the same math over and over and over and over. You get it in your head, it's really not so bad. But you just can't be in a rush and you can't be multitasking. And then you'll be fine. Hey, Kristen, it's good to see you. Okay, Peggy, that would be good. No, but I will film Linda and send it to you. Peggy, you don't have to film Linda. You guys can film each other, but we can do it live. So then people can ask you questions. So we can totally do that. Hey, Rondi, how are you? Mo, you are crazy. She loves bindings. Oh my goodness. I can't say that I love them. But I do them. Yeah, Peggy, there are no mistakes. It's just another method of doing it. That's true. Christy, tell your husband 4 to 5 on Mondays, no distractions. Girls that love sewing the binding on the back, we need to get you some applique projects because it's almost like a waste of time to just be sewing the binding. But I know what you mean because I used to love doing bindings. Now my life's too short. Heart pulled pot holders. Binding should be started at the top or the bottom of the heart. Oh, so Jenny, I'm going to say everybody's going to have a different opinion on that. So she's making heart pot holders. Where should she start her binding? I personally would start it on the side because you don't want to start it anywhere that's complicated. You need a straight edge for starting and stopping. So if you start it at the top, you're going to have like a weird, it's going to be hard to get it to meet right. And if you start it at the point, it's going to be weird too. So I would definitely start it on the side. Okay, let's see. You never saw the trim step. Oh, yes. Instead of measuring the where the binding meets Mary Mans, that the way I just showed you is the easiest way I've ever seen it done. So if anybody out there has an easier way, let us know. We want all the tips and tricks we can get. Okay, let's see. Everybody loves their Alyssa's. You're welcome, Carolyn. I'm a wealth of knowledge. And if you girls could all look at your irons and tell me that that's that your irons have that, so that you know it's unplugged from across the room, let me know that too. Vacuums don't count, okay? Vacuums don't count. Okay, Kathleen. She says all newer appliances have that. I'm gonna look. Well, but so is it okay if all of the new appliances have that? Is it so that you know it's unplugged, or is it just to get it up off the floor? Now we're gonna have a debate at our house. All you guys are gonna okay, whatever.
It's to lock the cord in place so it doesn't fall all over the place after you finish with it.
Okay. So, Mary Beatty, when are you having your teeth pulled? That does not sound like a good idea. Peggy Cato, I know I sell pins, but I learned when I was very young, waste not, want not. Thank you, Beverly Ann. Okay, so anybody watching, you too can have a jacket like this. We have a pattern. It's called the Cozy by Heidi Emmett. It's super comfortable. Super comfortable. You could make it a little bit longer, and it could be a bathing suit cover up. It could be anything. Did you sign me up for the Cantha and banner and collage? Linda ABC, I believe the answer to all three of those is yes, but I will double check. I do know I put in today's mail. You should have it Thursday, Linda, for the collage and the banner. But I'll double check. But I do think you already have the Cantha, the cozy pattern and the fabric to make your pattern. The paper, it's like a clear, plain fabric to make your pattern. So we'll double check. I know, Emily, you're coming from Montana. You are like the bravest woman I know on this planet. You are my kind of people, because I would get in the car and drive to Montana also. But no, I think the weather's going to be fine. I'm hoping and praying. And my philosophy is we don't worry about anything until it's time to worry about it, because it's out of our control and we can't do anything about it.
And what makes that what you're wearing not a dashiki?
I don't know. What is that?
A dashiki?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm dating myself, huh?
Yeah.
Ask your ladies, do they know what dashiki is?
Well, you can ask them. You're closer to the microphone than I am. I'm pretty sure they can hear this whole conversation. Peggy says her new iron does not have that special little button. Peggy, you're not going to know if your iron is unplugged or not. Okay. Stop. You guys are being so mean about my pens. Does the cord minder button, Amy, does the cord minder button suck the cord in? Because I think I would like that even better. Mary Mintz wants to know, Roger, what is a dashiki?
It was very popular garment wear during the 70s, 80s in the Black culture. Afro-American, African wear.
Okay, Sue Cobb, this is why they're making fun of my pens. Do you see them? They're like little arthritic fingers. My pens, we put our pens through a lot here. And I do buy the really expensive glass head pens because I love them. But even like all of my, I did find one straight pen. But look at it. Because we use them for like hanging quilts at shows, they all suffer. So, but I won't throw them away until I absolutely have to because pens are expensive. Yes. What's her name? The mom on the Cosby Show wore one. I do remember the Cosby Show way back in the day. Sandy, you're right. They are amazingly comfortable. You guys don't even know how comfortable they are. Oh my gosh. So I will just tell you that Dennis and Pat, they help me set up the shows. And sometimes they do come with new packages of pins that they've bought elsewhere because I'm too cheap to take them off the shelves. And my mom helped me once at a show. And the next time I saw her, she gave me a metal pin cushion. So when I dropped my pins, I could pick them up easy, a magnet pin cushion. And then they're ridiculous. New pins. I know. That's the only way I get new pins. Okay. I think a retractable cord might even be better than a cord that you can hook to the top so you know you've unplugged it from across the room. Okay, so Ann Lindenmeyer, I'm going to show you what we're doing on Friday. We're in the collage class. We're going to be learning how to make dimensional pine needles. And we're going to I'm sending you guys a panel that has an animal on it so you can practice thread painting, free motion stitching with the way the hair goes on the animal. But it's kind of an experiment because I haven't actually finished it yet, but I have been making pine needles. So the pine needles, you can say that. So this is what the side of it looks like this with a bunch of greenery. And so the other side is going to look like this with the pine needles stitched down, dimensional pine needles. So that's what we're doing in the collage class. So the collage class that we do once a month is basically so that you learn different techniques that you can add to any project. If you don't know how to do the techniques, then you're always just going to be like, oh, that's really neat, but I don't know how to do it. So we try to teach you stuff. The other thing that I had, somebody wanted to know, she said that she has a really hard time opening up cans. So Phyllis, and you guys all know Phyllis. Phyllis is the one who comes and scribes for us on Wednesday. She does demos. One of my favorite people on the planet. She, anytime I see her, or she comes to my house, or we go out to eat or something, she always has a gift for me. So she makes things and puts them in a basket or a box. So she has stuff to give anytime she meets you for coffee or anytime. She always has some kind of homemade gift. So this is probably one of my favorites from her because as we're getting older, our grip in our hands isn't as strong. So she took a piece of fabric and the gripper mat that should be under my foot pedal so it doesn't slip, or a lot of people, I guess, line their kitchen cabinets with these. It's just a gripper you get from Home Depot, okay? You could probably get it from like Rite Aid or somewhere. They probably have this grippy stuff. And then she just serged, but you could just top stitch the two fabrics together. And then this, literally, you put this on top of your can and it just opens up anything you want to open up. So that is another tip for today. Make that for everybody you know. I'm going to put it in my pocket so I take it home. Because I'll be sad if I get home and I don't have it. Okay, so let's see. Oh, everybody did wear sweaters on the Cosby Show. That's true. And a left-handed iron. Victor, first of all, I didn't know you were left-handed. That's good to know. I won't be sending you right-handed scissors. Left-handed iron. I thought irons were pretty universal. They're not? Why not?
Because you have left-handed people.
Yeah.
The grip is different.
I'm gonna look at that. I think all of my irons are universal left-handed, right-handed. I'm gonna look at it. Do you have the double pins for seams? Carolyn, they're very sad pins. Do you have the double pins for seams? What's a double pin for seams? Like the fork pins? I do have fork pins if that's what you're asking about, Linda ABC. I hope, Brenda, that you had an amazing weekend. Linda ABC, if you have a jar opener from Phyllis, you are very lucky. Okay, I will get it. Oh, Dollar Store has it, Ann says. Go to the Dollar Store, buy a bunch of those grippers, make them for everybody you know, give them to your neighbors. You can mail them super cheap. Everybody's going to love it. Sandy, I think that's already in your, it's already on its way to you. I think that there's needles in there. I'm not sure which ones, but I can look. But I think you have those in, and everything is in there going to. Yes, 4x4, Jenny. Okay, let's see. Oh, okay. So I can send you right-handed scissors, but you want a left-handed iron. Okay. I think left-handed people, they have to get pretty accustomed to using right-handed tools because that's just what you can get your hands on easily. That's true. You can wait for your neighbor to get home to open your olives, but I hope you have a martini waiting for them as a thank you. Kathy Elliott, I'm telling you, I never knew left-handed people had their own irons either. Nobody ever has asked for a left-handed iron. They ask for left-handed a lot of things, but never for irons. I believe it's 4x. Let me measure it just to make sure, but I think it's 4x4. Oh, I'm lying. It's 6x6. 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 It's the perfect. It's never not fit on a jar that I've tried to open. Okay, let's see. All right, Linda ABC, you need me to put fork pins? I have another box that needs to go to you. Oh, see, Kathleen, I think I'm right. She Googled left-handed iron and golf clubs came up. No such thing as left-handed irons except for golf clubs. Mm-hmm. And only people who golf care about that. Mm-hmm. Kathy, I don't know. Maybe we've all been living under a rock. Okay, so that is all of the good advice that I have for you. I do have a freebie. Let's see who's going to get it. We have a charm pack, and I have Mary Men's. Mary Men's. Okay, I have one more, but let's do an auction real quick because Roger's getting out his phone so we can see what time it is. Okay, so we have a few auction items. If you're new to watching, you just comment. You'll see people will start bidding on stuff. Okay, I'm gonna do. All right, we're going to start at $5, and we're going to make this quick, okay, guys? Because we literally have so many, and I'm drowning. So this is like an upholstery fabric, Lady Jane. It's a thicker fabric, great for tote bags. It's a big piece, it's a pretty big piece. It's two skinny pieces, like maybe 18 inches by 2 yards. And then we've got some linens, but you're going to have to fussy cut because there is some stains here. So you might have to fussy cut to use it in your project. But if you're going to be doing, collages and different things, like our collage for next month, we're going to be making a journal cover. So our collage class is meant to be small projects so you learn different techniques. So all of these would be good for doing the cover. They're all upholstery fabrics. They'd be good for doing the cover of the journals. You could fussy cut those for the collages. There's some, ooh, this one's a pretty one. It's I know you girls told me last week what it was. I want to say jacquard, but it's not jacquard. It's got a different name. But there's some pretty fabrics. So any of these fabrics you can piece together. Remember in the olden days, S135, S135. In the olden days, we didn't buy perfectly good fabric to cut it. Brocade, that's it, Kathleen. So in the olden days, we did not, this one's gorgeous. Like I wish I'd seen this so I could keep it for myself. You could make this into a pillow or on the back of a jacket would be absolutely stunning. So in the olden days, we did not have perfectly good fabric that we paid $14 a yard for just to cut it up and sew it into quilts. Oh, look at here, some pre-made hearts, little quilt blocks, pre-made hearts here. How cute are those? Little pre-made hearts, got a little collection. And then that looks like some vintagey fabrics. So, oh my gosh, Becky put a lot of stuff in here. And then here's another big piece that would be fun. It is a little bit thicker, kind of like a cotton canvas. It reminds me of like something my mom would have covered a seat cushion with. Oops, there's more here. So you got quite a bit of that. So as the flowers are so pretty, it's true. S135 is $15, okay? S135 is $15. I'm going to put that aside here. S135 is at $15. And then here we have stuff for doll making. It looks, well, I don't really know. A bunch of random stuff. Here's some great gnome hair or doll hair, but it would be great for troll hair, gnome hair, you name it. This is a diaper, maybe for a doll. I'm not really sure. I think it is for this Adam 21-inch doll and Beth a 21-inch doll. So you've got a pattern here. They're kind of like Cabbage Patch Kids. So I'm guessing that's what that's for. I don't know if it's a full pattern, but here's the fabric to make his, the skin fabric to make the doll. And then you've got some of that Swiss dots, but it does have a couple of rust stains. So you're going to have to like cut around it. And then we've got something that's already in the making. The pattern pieces are already cut. It looks like a body side. So who knows if you have everything you need. Super cute little socks for when your doll's done. Some trims. Who knows? Oh, another baby diaper. So you've got a diaper for each of them. Here's a crappy piece of thread. You've got some buttons and snaps. And look, it does look like Bigfoot hair. Okay, wait, here. Okay, S136 is $5 for this treasure trove of who knows what. You've got some embroidery floss. You have cute little animals. This one's already been sewn around, just needs to be turned inside out and stuffed. You've got, well, it looks like all of them have been sewn around, so they just need to be turned inside out and stuffed. Some embroidery floss. Just so you know, embroidery floss just went up. I just got some in. It's like $1.75 a skein now, which is kind of crazy. So just for the embroidery floss, this is worth $5. But let's see what's hidden in the envelopes. Black embroidery floss and a needle threader. You never know. It's like a treasure hunt when we open these up. And then in here is some kind of little lace, but it matches here. So that's probably the outfit that the Beth doll was going to wear. Who knows? And then here is, okay, so S136 is at $5. S135 is at $15. Shop left-handed steam irons. That's a steam iron. What about a regular iron? Roger's going to prove me wrong that there are left-handed irons. But that's only a steam iron. But there is a left-handed steam iron, just so you know, Victor. Roger's like so proud over there. Okay, so here are a bunch of pre-printed faces. So pre-printed faces. So if you're interested in the doll stuff,
Pre-printed faces.
S136 is $5. Didn't you? I saw faces. Oh, down here. See them? So you just embroider over those faces and you don't have to draw it on for little ornaments. You could use them for angel ornaments or different things. S136 is $5 for the doll stuff. S135, going once, going twice, going to Victor for $15. And then S136 is the doll stuff. Okay, let's see what else we have up here. I have no idea. Oh, looks like lots of trims and embellishments. So these would be good for, okay, let me move the baby diapers away. So here is, I believe this is what you need. It's got a styrofoam ball. It's got lace. It's everything you're going to need to make this Gossamer angel ornament. Remember, those were super popular, $2.49. These were super popular back in when I was in high school. I used to make these little angels. So those are 2 different kits, 3 different kits. It looks like all of these are kits. So this one has a floral applique, some pink beads, another like little something. So this one makes this little embroidery angel. So you've got directions, but even if you just take it apart and use the different pieces for different things. S137. Alyssa is for left and right-handed people, but most irons are with the swivel cords and the way the handles are made. Okay, it's like Battenberg Angels. So S137, $5 is the starting bid. And then here is another one. Those 2 are the same. And then you've got Angel of the Month, Complimentary Angel Kit, Bookmark Angel. So this one makes a bookmark. And then here's another one and another one. And then we have a bag of buttons. And it looks like there was the second one to do because everything was in that other one. But here's some miscellaneous buttons. One from Ann Loft that you might need for an outfit. And then we've got one more angel here. Okay, S137 is at $7. And then nobody is bidding for S136. Oh my gosh, I might have to put that stuff in the Trash to Treasures challenge. So if you're not familiar with the Trash to Treasures challenge, it gets debuted at the Reno Quilt Show. Fabric Chick sponsors it. It's $10 a bag, I believe. And you get a random bag of stuff. You have to use 5 items from the bag. And then it's viewer's choice. So whoever wins, the first place winner gets a $200 gift certificate to Fabric Chicks. Second place gets $100, and then third place gets $50. So we do have Trash to Treasures bags if anybody needs one. Okay, so S136 is the doll stuff. S137 is at $7. The angel bag is S137, Mary Mims, and it's at $7. So it's right here. It's at $7. And then let me see. I'm going to have to tell Becky that she needs to get me some more of these bags because I'm almost out of them. But this is a bag of fleece. So it's quite a big chunk of this little teddy bear. I know you guys aren't too much in the bidding mood today. Okay, I'm going to do $5 again for this fleece. And then here is This could be, I think this is for doll skin, honestly. This is that fabric that they used for the Cabbage Patch dolls. And then this is a huge hunk of corduroy. So I don't know if you guys know, but corduroy is great for collaging. I use brown corduroy all the time for tree trunks. So S138 is $5. And then just because, for the sake of time, I'm going to add this into S138. So S138 is going to be also, this looks like yards and yards and yards of maybe jersey knit. I think it is jersey knit. I wish I had seen this because there's a project that I saw where you use the jersey knit. The jersey knit, you take stencils. You have two pieces of the jersey knit, and then you take stencils and you put the stencil on the top one. You layer 2 layers. Put the stencil on the top one, and then you do like a reverse applique. It was so pretty, but that's another day project. And then here is another ginormous piece, like yards and yards. It's like a faux suede, I think. A faux suede, maybe. I don't know. Okay, so this we're just going to throw in with S138. So that's this entire, the blue corduroy, the Cabbage Patch fabric, the baby fleece, the everything. Okay. So that is that. Okay, let's go see what we're at. Nobody wants the doll stuff, I don't think. Okay, S136. S137, we're at $12. The skin, the skin color it's definitely different than the jersey. It could be a knit. It's definitely what they use for sculpting doll faces for the Cabbage Patch Kids. It's not the cotton that Eleanor would use for her dolls, but it's definitely what we used to use for Cabbage Patch dolls. So S138. Okay, wait. Mary Men's is at $12. S138 is at $10. Okay, Mary Men's. $12 for the angels. S138 is for this whole pile of fabric. Okay, right now. Okay, I'm gonna while you guys are, Jenny Duarte's at $11. So Kathleen, and Linda ABC, put in what you want. I'm gonna find a winner for this, and I have Kathy Elliott. Okay, so I'm going to put that in your basket. Okay, so that's what we have for winners. Let's see, what else do we have? Mary Men's won that. We've got the Kathleen Rader is at $14 for this one. $14. Okay, if you girls need and gentlemen need anything demoed for Mondays, let me know so we can work on it. We try to teach you something or research it. Look at how much information you found out about left-handed irons today. It's all about where the cord is, apparently, and most of them are on swivels, so it goes either way. Except for a steam iron. Steam irons are meant for right and left-handed people, apparently. Okay, so Mary Men's. Okay, Jenny Duarte's at $15. Let me see. I do have. We're gonna have to tell Becky to get on it and make us some more bags of stuff. Oh my God, the bold shoulder pad. Who doesn't need that? The bold. Here's some heat and bond and some non-roll fusible waistband interfacing. So it looks like this is a whole bag. Oh my gosh, who doesn't need this? Jiffy grips. Oh my gosh, I could have sold this for a mint. You guys can sew this onto your fabric, or you don't even have to. You could just cut this into your 6-inch square, and then you have a can opener. The Jiffy Grip, easy to shape, cut, and sew to all surfaces. Stop slipping or open your cans. Fusible non-woven interfacing. Some looks like some kind of a fusible. Some. Maybe we should just put this in dog bed. I don't think anybody wants this. I'm just gonna throw that in dog beds. It's just batting, and then we have some. Oh my gosh, we might need batting, like tiny batting scraps. I'm gonna have to tell Becky she's got to be more selective because even I don't think you guys want this stuff. Although it's a bunch of little batting and felt. So here, let me put on here $3. S139 for $3 if you want all the bag of variety of stuff. S139 is $3. S139 is $3, and then that is all the auction stuff that we have. We have that Mickey Mouse. Okay, S139 is at $3. S138 is at $14. Okay, we're gonna fight over 139.
No, 138 is a little bit higher.
138 is at $16. Okay, so 138 is at $16. Okay, so we do have a vintage S121 starting at $8. This is a vintage Mickey Mouse. But I was told that there was a spot on it. So it's kind of like a canvas material. It's definitely a thicker material. So it repeats. Oh, here, right here, I can see it. It's like a coffee stain or something. So S138 or 121. S121 is starting at $8 for this vintage piece of heavier weight canvas Mickey Mouse. So you do have one side that's still good. You can make pillows or whatnot. S121 is $8. Oh, here, look, there's a little stain here too. I would just tea dye the whole thing, and then the whole thing would be usable. So S121 is a vintage Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck. Okay, what are we at now, guys? Don't get crazy. And it comes with this irreplaceable little container from the dollar store. You gotta love Becky. She cleaned out her sewing stash, but then she wanted you guys to have cute little ways to receive them. It's all in the marketing and packaging, okay? Okay. Oh, you girls are getting crazy. Okay, 138. Let's end 138. If you've got a final number for 138 going once, going twice. 138. Kathleen Rader, I believe. And then Kathleen Rader for $16. Kathleen, are you coming to visit me? Is that what I heard? And okay, I'm gonna let you guys duke out 139. I will show you though, Linda ABC. I gotta figure out how to ship this to
Mary
you.
Mann's at $9 on 139.
139 is at $9. Okay. So, Linda ABC, this just arrived for you. So I hope nobody's looking. Don't show the phone to anybody because this arrived for you. So I got to get this in the mail to you. I got to find a box big enough for it. So if you guys need any of these fat flags, let me know and we'll get them to you. Okay, and then let's see. What else do we have here? 138 went to Kathleen. 139. 139 going once, going twice, going Mary Mintz for $9. And I have a 121 is at $13. Anybody?
No. Look at it again.
A 121 is at $16. No worries, Kathleen. I just was excited to see you. I wasn't worried about it at all. I know you'll get it eventually. Okay, S121, $16. Going to Victor unless anybody types in super quick. Yeah, so Victor, if for anybody who signed up for the Cozy class, we do have it scheduled again in April. So if you want to change from this class to the April class, you're more than welcome to. Okay, Mary Mintz, I'm going to throw the rest of that stuff I was going to put in dog beds back in there for you. And just so you know, Mary Mintz, the next time you're in here, look under the stairs. I have bags full of stuff because the ladies bring me all their scraps to give to somebody who comes and picks them up to make beds for dogs in the shelter. So go through that and pick out whatever you want. Okay. Victor, $16. Okay, so that I think is all that we have for today's show. We will be back on live Wednesday at 4:00. We will have the astronauts fabric on the sale. Okay. That's perfect. So if you are in the Cozy class for this Thursday, please go make sure that you got an email from us. It tells you what you need to have in the class. And that way I know that I signed you all up, because sometimes it gets confusing because a lot of you post it on here. And so I do my best to get it from the comments into the computer system. So, but I'm a blonde. You got to cut me some slack. So we will, if you didn't get an email, let us know. And we will talk to you guys soon. Have a great night. Go get some sewing done. Go sew something. I don't care what, just go sew. Go sew.